What impact has employee ownership had on the business?
Great question. So I think when I always remember there was one member of staff prior to the MBO told us that we'd fold within 6 months. 5 years down the line, we're still trading. We have been profitable every single year, and we're now building a fund of capital for the employees for their future benefit. So I think we're doing all right. Tepnel is a life sciences organisation in Scotland. We specialise in the quality control testing of pharmaceuticals that are either in development or that are on the marketplace at this point in time.
I think we've got 9 laboratories within the building. We've got 2 disciplines within that, so performing chemistry tests and microbiology tests.
In 2009, we were acquired by an American organisation, GenProbe Incorporated. We were then subsequently acquired by another organisation in about 2012, Hologic Incorporated. And then after many years of corporate America leadership and oversight, we decided that ultimately we wanted to take the business out of corporate hands, turn it into private ownership, with the end point of always being then making it an employee-owned organisation.
So I am Alexander Perez, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer within the Tepnel Pharma Services business. Tepnel Pharma Services Limited has been around since the 1970s, late 1970s, and we opted to go through the management buyout to maintain the jobs of 30 to 35 people within Scotland and maintain the business within Scotland, to improve the culture within the business and to increase the stability of the employees and the business itself.
How did you convince the previous owners that employee ownership was the right choice? I assume they had other options.
They had other offers, they had other people of interest. They did try to sell it on to other corporate bodies. None of those came to fruition. But we were consistent in the message that we wanted to protect the staff, that we wanted to anchor the business here in Scotland. It didn't happen overnight. It took a long period of about 6 to 8 years to actually get that into fruition. But ultimately we achieved the goal, which to this day, I will still iterate that going into employee ownership via that route was the best thing for this business, but also it was very good for the organisation that owned the business beforehand.
Employee ownership has increased the engagement massively across the business. There's been a complete culture switch. We're now all working for one another. Other examples of changes since becoming employee owned is the customer retention and customer satisfaction. That's a massive one for us.
So are things quite different now that you're employee owned?
Yeah, it's good. I think the changes that have been made, I think it's a lot more personal being an employee-owned company.
You feel more like you're working from a team from top to bottom, everybody in it together.
Yeah.
Do you think things have improved since you've become an employee-owned business?
Yes. When we were part of such a large organisation before, you didn't necessarily know what was going on. You know, everybody's got an opinion, everybody's got a say so, everybody's got a steer on what we do. So, you know, there's no opinions that aren't valued.
I think it's given the company a lot more visibility, whereas I think in the past, people in the labs weren't really made aware of some of the things that were happening.
Or sometimes weren't consulted on some decisions, whereas now the decisions are a lot more kind of open to the full business.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you tell us a little bit about the process of becoming an employee-owned business?
So the path that happened for us was to first take control of the entity, stabilise it, get it on the right foot, and then turn it over into employee ownership. What that allowed us to do was to be upfront with all the staff in advance and to allow those people who did not want to go on that journey and didn't want to contribute to the final outcome to leave and go and do something else. But it also allowed us in advance to bring people in who understood and wanted to be a part of a different way of working from what they might have had previously.
Financially, we have done a little bit better. The board decided to give the staff wage increases and a larger bonus. Everybody was really grateful for that.
The bonus is tax-free as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah.
Our main goal was to obviously stabilise the business and to keep stability for the employees. We don't have any plans for massive growth. That's not what we're here for. We're here to maintain the jobs. As long as we can achieve that, that's all that matters.
So as long as we sustain ourselves, we grow at a nice steady rate, we maintain our position within the UK marketplace, But most importantly, we keep that balance right between what we've set out to do for the employees, but also for our customers. I'm pretty sure that'll be the core of the next 5-year strategy. Now that we are an employee-owned business, we make all the decisions, right or wrong, and we bear all the consequences, right or wrong, off the back of that. You know, we can now tailor how we operate to meet not just needs of our customers and the market. We have to meet those, but we can also bring into play our own needs and our own requirements. And employee ownership provides a mechanism, not just financial, but from a work-life balance that allows us to actually say money is important, but there are other factors which are equally important. But once we get that balance right, then that's what actually builds sustainability and longevity in a business, because you've got a happy workforce who are getting both financial reward, but they're also getting an ability to have a life outside of the laboratories, which is conducive to everyone's different situations.